There's a downhill move that the best players in the world make in their golf swing. In this video, we want to show you the concept behind that move and show you how to add it to your swing. Let's take a look at our pro here. And this is one of our favorite views of the golf swing. It kind of removes the clutter of the arms, club, and all that, and really lets us see just how the spine, how the hips, how the torso, all of those things are kind of working together, or in some cases working against each other. And this is our pro golfer. He's one of the best ball strikers in the game. And we're going to see a lot of really cool things in his swing that fall under the category of you being able to implement into your swing pretty much right away, because it's so much to do with concept and timing than it is just raw physical ability. We have guys, we apply these same concepts in players as old as 77 years old who have put this kind of movement into their swing and have been really enjoying some of the best golf of their life. So this isn't a physical issue. This is more of a concept and a timing element that you're going to be able to apply straight away to your golf swing. So we're going to put up a couple reference lines here, just so when you're out filming your swing in this view, you can put up a few lines and kind of see the same things and reference the same things that we'll talk about today in this video. So we've got two angled lines going right up the hip outside of the ankles, and then one line going vertically right between those two lines. And we want to take a look at first at his address position. Just how neutral everything is. Spine pretty neutral. His upper spine's not really tilted way behind the golf ball. Hips aren't really leaning or pushed one way or the other. Everything's very neutral, very much in line with this vertical line here on the screen. And as he starts to take the club back, we see just the slightest nudge to the right, but not enough of a mass movement where his right leg or right hip really go beyond that line on the right. And as he takes it up, you can see how early his hips start to tilt down towards the left. And that's going to play a big part in how he's able to generate speed and consistency as we look later in the swing. You can also see from this first benchmark, which we always look at, this left arm parallel in the backswing, the golf swing is 1 second from address to impact. Just 1 second. Half of that 1 second is gone at this point in the golf swing. So it's a wise decision to use half of that 1 second to your advantage by doing exactly what you see here, by flexing that left knee, by getting that left hip lower than the right hip. He's really creating some leverage for himself very early in the golf swing. Again, we just have 1 second. If we wait too long, there's just not enough time to fit it all in. As we scroll him up to complete his backswing, I want you to pay special note to when his arms and clubs stop moving in the backswing relative to when his body starts to shift forward. So we can see already his right thigh is coming off that line. He's still turning, he's still closing in the backswing, but you can see how he's drifting, he's falling, he's surfing, however you like to say it, to that front foot. So one of the common phrases in golf is, keep your back to the target, drop the arms, all of those things. Nothing's really kept in the golf swing. Things happen simultaneously. There's always two movements going on in the swing. He's completing his turn as he's falling onto that front foot. And he's able to fall on that front foot without tilting his spine to the right because of this hip tilt that he's generated. He's created what we like to call a downhill golf swing. He's tilted his hip and drifting to his left foot. That lowers and shifts forward his pelvis at the same time and basically at the same rate as he's doing his upper body shift. So those two, the hips and the upper body, are falling forward together. That's going to produce a tremendous leverage point for him in the downswing. Then if we roll him down further into the downswing, we're going to see a couple really distinguishing characteristics. First would be this left arm parallel, another big benchmark for us in the downswing. If you pull out your stopwatch on your phone, you're going to have a very difficult time starting and stopping it in 0.08 seconds. That's how much time he has before he strikes the ball from this position. So the club head is still well above his head, and it's going to get all the way down to the ball in 0.08 seconds. So 92% of that 1 second is gone. We've got very little time left in the golf swing, and that's why we're such big advocates for shifting left early rather than doing it late. And one of the other characteristics is you're going to see is take a note where his hands are and how much hip tilt he still has. He has 12 degrees of hip tilt, and his hands are still up there across from the chest. Now, if we scroll him down to where his where his hips reach level, you're going to see his hands below that yellow line. This is something that we see across all of our tour players and across really all of our really high-end amateur golfers as well, is they have their hands at least belt height, usually below the belt at this point in the swing where the hips level out again. We see most of our club golfers with the hands either up here or somewhere around in here when those hips are level. And that just removes that big mechanical advantage for you for generating club head speed in the downswing. So taking back down here, hands are lower than belt high when the hips level out. And if we scroll them into impact, we're going to kind of see the hips switch sides and the left hip starting to get high, which we see with all good golf swings. But it's the timing of when all of this happens that is so critical, and that's the part that's really going to benefit your golf swing. We're going to go the next level deeper in part 2, but if you just implement these timing aspects relative to these angles, you're going to be a much better golfer for it. Thank you for watching. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to create a discussion on how you're moving your pelvis, how you're moving your hips during the golf swing. It's a big source of leverage for more speed and distance. Also, if you haven't already done so, please click on the big golf ball. We'll send you part 2 just as soon as it comes out.